This is Valley News Live at noon.
Well, good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Johnson. An early morning freeze. A number of schools were canceled and some parts of the valley got to 40 below zero. Meteorologist Lisa Green is here to tell us what we can expect on this first alert weather day. Lisa?
Well, good afternoon. Now, yes, the first half of the day has been characterized by this 40s below in some spots. Pine Point, Minnesota and eastern Becker County, our lowest temperature so far of 42 below. That's not a wind chill, that's the temperature. Chamberlain got to 40 below. Other places like Wadena and Park Rapids got into the 30s below. Frazee 39 below. Fargo and Grand Forks both dropped down to 28 below this morning. Wind chills even lower than that, some 50s below in many spots and 40s below if we weren't there. Now, looking at our temperatures right now, they're climbing. We're in the teens below zero, 12 below in Fargo. That was as high as we got to yesterday. Today, we're going to watch as temperatures just continue to climb as that warmer air continues to rush in out of the south. But wind chills are still in that dangerous range. We've got 30s to some 40s below right now. It feels like 41 below in Valley City and 41 below in Grand Forks. So frigid still out there even as we're starting to warm up. We're seeing those winds starting to pick up a little bit here. We're seeing wind speeds into the teens. Not bad right now. We have had a couple of gusts from time to time around that 20-mile-per-hour range. And then heading into tonight, that's when the wind really gets going in earnest. Here's a look at our current conditions. We've got some sunshine over to the east, clouds moving in overhead in eastern North Dakota, and then there's some snow showers back over in central and western parts of North Dakota, all moving in with the storm system that's going to bring about some changes here. Our afternoon planner, expect temperatures to rise into the single digits below zero by 3 o'clock, but that snow will be moving in and the wind will be picking up. Here's a look at our wind gust planner. We start to see by 2 o'clock those winds gusting more into the 20s, eventually 30s by around drive time tonight, and then later tonight some low 40s for your gusts miles per hour. So we know with all that snow that's still out there, that's going to get blown around. So I'm going to have more details on this and what to expect as we head into our weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Boy, you are just full of good news, huh, Lisa?
You know what? I have actual good news coming up in the extended planner, so stick around.
Can't wait to hear it. Thanks. 3 men convicted for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery are being sentenced right now. Father and son Greg and Travis McMichael and their neighbor William Roddy Bryan are facing life sentences. Bryan's attorney filed last-minute legal motions this morning asking the judge to throw out his murder conviction and spare him the life sentence that state law imposes automatically. Now the judge will decide whether to grant the defendants an eventual chance to earn parole. In either case, the McMichaels and Bryan will have to serve at least 30 years in prison first. The Michigan teen accused of shooting 4 of his classmates to death and injuring 7 others in November has waived his right to a preliminary exam. That means 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley's case will head straight to trial. He's being charged as an adult in 4 counts of murder and 7 counts of assault and other related crimes. A hearing to determine his bond is scheduled in a couple of weeks. His parents are due in court today on involuntary manslaughter charges for allegedly giving him the gun that he used. Their attorney is trying to lower their bond from $500,000 to $100,000 each. And legendary film actor Sidney Poitier has died. Today, the Bahamas Prime Minister press secretary confirmed that he died last night, though his cause of death has not yet been announced. Poitier was the first black performer to win the Best Actor Academy Award, which he won in 1964 for his role in the film Lilies of the Field. Poitier was also a prominent civil rights activist and served as Bahamian ambassador to Japan for a decade, starting in 1997. He was 94 years old. The FDA has altered the emergency use authorization for Moderna, shortening the time gap between the primary vaccination series and the booster dose to 5 months. The agency announced Friday that it had previously been 6 months. People aged 18 and older are eligible for the Moderna vaccine. The Biden administration is distributing an additional $4.5 billion in funds to help low-income Americans cover heating costs during a second pandemic winter, with cold weather states receiving the largest share, according to a state-by-state breakdown released today. Part of last year's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, this funding boost more than doubled the normal funding level of the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. According to AP, Minnesota received nearly $274 million in home energy assistance for residents. Electricity and natural gas prices are roughly 11% higher than a year ago, according to the Labor Department's Consumer Index, while the Energy Information Administration says residential heating oil prices are up about 40%. The aid is meant to help cushion the shock of higher winter energy costs, but Republican lawmakers are critical, saying the relief package has caused high levels of inflation. The North Dakota Department of Transportation is reminding landowners not to push snow into the right-of-way or ditches or state highways. This includes the roadway, ditch bottom, and back slope of the roadway. State law prohibits a person from obstructing any public highway or right-of-way. Keeping the ditches and right-of-way clear reduces the risk of snow drifting on state highways, creating better visibility for motorists and provides room for future snowfall, which apparently, according to Lisa, will be happening soon. Job seekers in the U.S. have more than 10 million open positions to look into right now. Much of that number is because of the high record number of people quitting. But not all industries are impacted equally. A record 4.5 million Americans quit their jobs in November, mainly from low-wage positions. For months now, workers have been resigning en masse.
People feel empowered, and they should, because the job market is really, really tight. They have opportunity. If they're not happy with what they're doing, they're going to take another one. So I think quit rates are going to remain high for a long time.
More than 1 million people quit their leisure and hospitality jobs in November, and there are still 10.6 million unfilled positions. The Labor Department reports 200,000 new jobs were added to the economy in December, and that's only half of what economists had predicted. Coming up at noon, it may sound like a fishtail, but we'll explain how these scientists are teaching goldfish how to drive. But next, Lisa Green will be back with weather to plan your Friday.